I had always been considered a high achiever. As a successful lawyer, I was known for my tenacity and dedication. My friends often joked about how I managed to juggle my demanding career and personal life with such grace. My beautiful apartment, adorned with the finest furniture and artwork, was a testament to my accomplishments. Yet, despite all that I had, I couldn't shake off the nagging feeling of emptiness that lingered within me. Rachel and Eric, my college friends turned family, had been my refuge in the chaos of life. They were always there to share a meal, a laugh, or a shoulder to cry on. Rachel's bright smile and infectious laughter could light up any room, while Eric's calm and thoughtful demeanor was the perfect balance. They were my anchors in a turbulent sea. Over time, however, I realized my feelings for Eric had evolved into something more than just friendship. The mere sound of his voice made my heart race, and our conversations, once casual and light-hearted, had become charged with unspoken desires. One evening, after a dinner party at their home, I found myself alone with Eric in the living room. We sipped wine and talked about our dreams and aspirations. "Sometimes, I wish I could just leave everything behind and go on a long adventure," he said, his eyes full of longing. "Discover new places, meet new people, and just breathe." I nodded, my pulse quickening. "That sounds amazing, Eric. Maybe one day, we can all go on a trip like that together." His smile warmed my soul, and for a brief moment, our eyes locked, revealing the secrets we both tried so hard to hide. That night, I returned home and poured my heart into my journal, writing about my love for Eric and the guilt I felt for betraying Rachel's trust. It was a feeble attempt to exorcise the forbidden feelings that haunted me, but little did I know that my life was about to change dramatically. One fateful evening, I sat down with a glass of red wine and my journal, ready to pour my heart out onto the pages once again. As I typed the confession of my love for Eric, my fingers trembled with a mix of excitement and fear. It was as if I was walking on a tightrope, balancing between desire and guilt. Distracted by my conflicting emotions, I carelessly hit send instead of saving the entry to my private folder. My heart stopped as I realized the magnitude of my mistake. The confession had been sent to Eric. Frantically, I tried to undo my error, but it was too late. Rachel found the message first. The next day, she stormed into my office, her eyes blazing with anger and hurt. My secretary tried to stop her, but Rachel was relentless. "How could you, Claire?" she shouted, her voice echoing through the halls as my colleagues watched in shock. I'm so sorry, Rachel," I stammered, my cheeks flushed with embarrassment and shame. "It was a mistake. I never meant for you to find out like this." Rachel's eyes filled with tears, and her voice cracked as she spoke. "You were my best friend. I trusted you with my life, and you betrayed me." Unable to bear the weight of her words, I could only lower my gaze and mumble another apology. As she turned and stormed out of my office, I knew that our friendship was over, and the damage I had caused was irreparable. In the following weeks, I was consumed by guilt and despair. My once fulfilling job now felt empty, and the walls of my beautiful apartment seemed to close in on me. I knew I had to find a way to make amends, not just to Rachel, but to myself as well. One morning, as I flipped through a travel magazine, I stumbled upon an article about a 3,000-mile bike journey. The idea of such a long, arduous trip was both terrifying and exhilarating. It was a chance for me to find redemption, to forgive myself, and to begin the healing process. With a newfound determination, I decided to embark on this solo adventure, leaving my old life behind and stepping into the unknown. As I set off on my 3,000-mile bike journey, I felt a mix of excitement, fear, and determination. The open road stretched before me, a symbol of both the unknown and the possibility of redemption. Each mile I pedaled took me further away from my past and deeper into a world of self-discovery. The journey was anything but easy. I faced numerous challenges along the way, including extreme weather, physical exhaustion, and loneliness. There were days when I felt like giving up, but I was driven by the hope that I could make amends and find forgiveness. On my path, I encountered a diverse array of fascinating characters, each with their own stories of love, loss, and forgiveness. I met a single father who had left his high-paying job to spend more time with his daughter, a cancer survivor who had found a new appreciation for life, and a young woman traveling alone, seeking adventure and independence. One particularly memorable encounter happened at a roadside diner. As I sipped my coffee, an elderly couple struck up a conversation with me. They told me about their long and fulfilling marriage, filled with laughter, tears, and everything in between. When I asked them the secret to their happiness, the woman smiled and said, "Forgiveness, dear. We learn to forgive each other and ourselves for our mistakes." Her words resonated with me, and I found myself opening up to them about my own story. The couple listened with empathy and understanding, offering gentle words of wisdom. "Remember, Claire," the man said, placing a hand on my shoulder, "it's not just about forgiving others, but also forgiving yourself." These encounters became my compass, guiding me through the emotional and physical challenges of my journey. Each person I met taught me valuable lessons about life, love, and forgiveness. As I pedaled further and further away from the life I had known, I began to understand that my journey wasn't just about making amends, but also about rediscovering who I was and who I wanted to be.